Is the government going to gain if it decides to brazen it out? This is the story on one side. Congress party is brazening it out. On the other, the Congress party is encouraged by two exit polls, both on Times Now First, which are both projecting a very positive story for the Congress party. Our psephologist Jay Mrug will analyze these exit polls and why the Congress party should, be encouraged by this.
Yeah. What's frankly happening is the Congress doesn't seem to be gaining more in terms of votes. But the sheer split of the opposition and the dent that Yediyurappa has caused in the BJP base is causing the BJP to go down substantially. A swing of 11% against the BJP that takes the BJP to a tally of something like 47.
Yeah.
And the Congress just touching the halfway mark at 112. The other poll giving the Congress 132.
Yep.
This is very similar to 1999 when the Congress got 132 seats and the BJP was at 44. So in a way, no big gains for the Congress in terms of base, but it just rides through as a default opposition.
Very interesting. Rajiv Gowda of the Karnataka Congress, spokesperson of the Karnataka Congress, is debating this very briefly with Dhananjay Kumar, chairperson of the campaign committee of the KJP. He's Yediyurappa's man. Mr. Dhananjay Kumar and Rajiv Gowda. I had the pleasure of speaking to Mr. Yediyurappa earlier this evening, and he said, no government in Karnataka can be formed without me, Mr. Dhananjay Kumar. But it seems the Congress party just won't need you at all to form the government.
No, it is only a myth. I can tell you, on the 8th, when actual counting takes place, you will come to know that what my leader, Mr. Yediyurappa, has said will come true, and people of Karnataka would like to see Mr. Yediyurappa as the future chief minister, and they will give him number of seats as required to become the chief minister.
How can you become chief minister with 15 seats out of 224?
Baba, yeah, now please.
It's ambition. Ambition is very good. Ambition is evergreen among politicians, but
ambition rising from Yediyurappa, who said we'll simply be the single largest opposition.
Let's get a little reaction from our panelists, please.
No, I am not.
Mr. Dhananjay Kumar, our panelists were amused.
Yeah.
Terribly amused by your projections, Hartosh.
Let them be. Let them have the pleasure for 2 more days. But on the 3rd day, that is on the 8th, when actual counting takes place and the...
Okay, let's get the...
Public, we will all be astonished.
Usually, exit polls have known to go wrong.
Yeah, but not so
But not this wrong. I mean, 15 can't be translate into 90 or 100 or 150.
Precisely.
I mean, clearly the exit polls are showing exactly what everybody has anticipated. There are certain areas where you have a certain base within a certain community. That is where you are doing well, and you don't have a base in the rest of the state. How do you expect to get these numbers in any case?
Arnab, it's a bit absurd, the whole position that's taking, but this is what politicians do. Yediyurappa is saying the same thing. So, but I don't think there's anything serious to discuss about this.
Yeah.
What is important about his party is that they have, for a small party, which is a newly launched party, they have shown that they have the support of a particular community.
Well,
that is important today in the way politics.
So they can't be written off.
They can't be written off as a player.
Aarti, were you surprised at Mr. Yediyurappa's confidence today? And do you think the Congress party will go to him if they need him? Because they've had a longer association with the JDS, but the JDS is known to be a very difficult ally which does not keep promises.
Absolutely, and I think Yediyurappa has been making fairly soft statements on the Congress, in this whole sort of run-up to his exit from the BJP. And even today he indicated that he would be ready to do business with the Congress if necessary.
He'd be ready to.
But I would like to point out that there is a unanimity in the exit polls on what the results are going to be. And I think it's pretty clear that the Congress is well set to form the government. It may not need either Yediyurappa or JDS. I mean, it may need to make up the figures, if at all, then it can get those 1 or 2 or 3 independents. So
Mr. Rajiv Gowda, it appears with the Congress party deciding to brazen it out and the fact that scams pretty much don't matter when it comes to real politics, which seems to be the strategy in Delhi. In that given situation, would the Congress party consider seeking the help of Mr. Yediyurappa, whose name is featured prominently in the mining scam? Would you be happy to do business with Mr. Yediyurappa?
I'd like to point out,
yes,
Not at all. First of all, I'd like to point out that this whole argument about brazenness is essentially all of you sitting in there and jumping the gun. Here is a Congress party that is investigating, trying to find out what's happening. And if you can't wait for 2-3 days, it's just, you're just labeling brazenness.
No,
of the
but
Congress.
is Mr.
Yediyurappa is not someone we will turn to.
You will not turn to him.
Yediyurappa is not someone we will turn to.
Ever.
We will not have to, we don't have the need to turn to him.
No, ever.
Because essentially the Congress is going to come in with a majority. The Congress is clearly, the exit polls are clearly indicating that. We don't need anybody else. And if you ever need anybody else, as somebody pointed out just now, there are independents or, parties which are small may even split. And the more tainted left behind, that sort of thing could happen too.
Right.
None of those things are
Mr.
necessary.
Gowda is saying
The Congress is going to come
wait
in with
for
a
2-3
majority.
days.
So let's just wait for another 3-4 days.
Is he expecting the government to go after May 8th?
Allow.
That is
Yes, Mr. Kumar.
I'd like to ask a question to Rajiv.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Rajiv Gowda, other day you yourself admitted that Congress at any rate will not cross 80. And today you are talking something altogether new.
Mr. Dhananjay Kumar, I did not say that ever.
Yeah,
I've always said that we're going to get a clear majority. I don't know where. Please send me the tape, okay, where you came across this.
Please,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Please, Rajiv, please wait for 2 more
on
days.
national TV, to make these kinds of allegations, to make the kinds of statements
No, I'm not trying to make
people will be
allegations.
wondering what kind of
I'm not trying
special
to make
intoxicants
allegations.
are available to you. Yeah.
No, please wait for 2 more days.
So we'll
You will
wait.
see the truth.
Happily, sir.
Okay, we'll wait for 2 more days. We'll wait for 2 more days. A little bird told me, Mr. Dhananjay Kumar, that on the social medium called Twitter, your party chairperson also said that if the BJP gets a little less than 50 seats, I will quit politics. I had the pleasure of asking him the questions 4 times, and he told me I never said anything like that.
See, some
So
things
politicians tend to forget.
Try to be put in the mouth of... Arnab, sometimes some things are quietly tried to be put in the mouth of the leaders, and they say that, yes, you had said this on such and such time.
I wouldn't put my foot in anyone's mouth, I wouldn't let anyone put a foot in my mouth. Thank you very much. But Dhananjay Kumar and Rajiv Gowda, thanks. It's great talking to you. Thank you very much indeed, gentlemen.